who done paved the way in a real way for us players to play. I parlay this good game that we got for y'all today. And I gotta let y'all know, man, don't front, because it ain't that time of the month. But let's be honest. Can I be honest? Let me be honest. Dave and Cam used to be like Harlem Heat. You know? I can't believe the shit ended up the way it ended up. You know? Where they both being chatty patties, going at each other, this and that and the other. Dave don't know why Cam is mad. Cam don't know why Dave is mad. They be snapping on each other. But the part where the jokes turn into real animosity and beef, you know. That's the problem, you know. Sometimes niggas they think it ain't sensitive. They just holding it, bottling it all up. But think about it. Let's be real. Cam didn't put Dame on. Dame put Cam on. But Dame put Cam on for a lot of his own selfish reasons too, you know, because Rockefeller was going at it. You know, Jay-Z and Dame was going at it. Motherfuckers felt like, yo, Jay-Z, you know too much. Or Jay-Z, you're too, or should we say, uppity. So Jay-Z said that marketing plan was me. And if you could make it, make another hole. So that's when Dame got the bright idea. Let me get Cameron from my hood, you know, Harlem. Let's roll together. Let's make shit happen. And he put out that whole. That was only because worldwide star, just like Jay Z. You know? So he's like, yo, I'm gonna put my expertise behind it and see if I can get this thing bigger than Jay Z. And at the point, Cam was on par to be, you know, yeah, that old boy joint. Yeah, the next one, Jewels. I ain't say he was gonna be bigger than Jay Z, but he was gonna be at least as big as Jay Z. But therein lies the problem. You brought Cam in to ruffle Jay Z's feathers a little bit, and you said, "Yo, Cam's gonna be the president of Rockefeller." You go ahead and try to be the president of Rockefeller. I, Jay and Dame is going through the situations. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Why would you name him the president of Rockefeller after he's going through that? You know what I'm saying? Why? How, Sway? How? You know what I'm saying? You're making him the president of Rockefeller. So now Jay took offense to that and said, yo, I'm shutting everything down. Then you see the whole, what was it? Breakup of the Rockefeller. What was that? It was one of the movies that they put out. Breakup of Rockefeller, you know what I'm saying? Funny ass movies. They ain't got a bunch of funny ass movies. But he told Cameron, he's like, yo, how come you haven't had no hits since you left the rock? And it makes sense though, because he has what he had, and he's like a media space now. The chatty patty sector. They both in the chatty patty sector. So this shit's funny as hell, you know what I'm saying? But I think Dave realizes like kind of trying to wiggle his way in a little bit too quick, and it messed up his business with Jay-Z. So Cam responded and all that. Ain't really much Cam could say at this point. I mean, these guys are rolling like Harlem Heat. And that's what I'm talking about. If you're rolling like Harlem Heat and you on the streets doing your dizzle, everybody's making money. Yeah, you can crack jokes on each other. But once the money starts drying up, the jokes don't sound as funny, you know. So the camera's like, yo, man, the jokes ain't as funny as it used to be. How come we ain't got as much money as Jay? Blah 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 blah. But Jay wasn't feeling y'all in the first place. But I don't understand why Harlem niggas can't get along, man. You know what I'm saying? Harlem niggas can't get along. They ain't got along with Diddy, I think. But like Dame and Cam go at it. Cam went at it with Jimmy. And he went at it with Joel. You know what I'm saying? And Big L had falling out with Harlem niggas. Like Harlem niggas don't like other Harlem niggas. It's wild. It's wild, bro. It's a wild time. But I feel like if you're a real nigga and a real one, you would want to see these guys reconcile the differences because they was like Harlem. Remember them on the Bill O'Reilly show when they were going in on Bill O'Reilly about lyrics and expression and all that? You could tell that Cam got all his roasting and his cracking on dudes from day, you know, just the way his mannerisms and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying Cam ain't his own man, but a lot of that shit they got was under the guidance and the direction of Rockefeller. You know, it wouldn't have been no Dipset without Rockefeller. Or it would have been, but it wouldn't have been big like that. It would probably been like D Block, got a little deal here and there. So there's no reason to believe that these guys can't make up because it was a tandem. Now all of a sudden they chatty pattying about each other and getting mad. But Dame did raise a good point. How come you haven't had no hits since you left the rock? And he made up a good, you know, he came up with a good proposition. He said, put my movies up against yours. You know, my music up against yours. You know what I'm saying? Because he said that his movies were terrible. I was like, if Dame's saying your movies are terrible, and These movies are fucking a good effort at best. It's like no, but Paid in Full was good. Let me not hold you out. That Paid in Full was a great movie. You know. Other than that, come on, dog. Gotta keep it a heart though. Honor Up was it was alright. But Cam shouldn't have been like, yo, he didn't pay me to do Honor Up, blah blah blah, and all this stupid shit. If you homeboys and you know, from the same hood, you should do that on the arm, off rip. I remember Jay Z was saying he was doing features, he would do them for free. Drake started doing the same thing, you know, people he mess with. So it ain't always about the cash. It's about keeping it real with yourselves, man. I want to, you know, Harlem to get back to the way it used to be. Some unity in the community, man. Why the hell is uh, Cameron going in on Dame Dash? And Dame Dash put him on. You shouldn't have nothing bad to say about that, man. Just say he's a hustler and he's gonna get to the chicken. That's all. That's it. Ain't no two ways about it. I mean, shit. What else you want me to say? What else you want me to say? What more can I say? But yo, we gonna chop it up later on tonight about this part two coming soon. Y'all get back with me. It's your boy man Lizzo. I'm a part of this bitch.